draw the free-body diagram of C and E and the cable CE. So we need to draw the free-body diagram of C, E, and the cable in between the two. So the very first thing it said is diagram of C. So this is C. Cut it off from the surrounding. So you can clearly see if I cut this off, this one seems like an active force and those one seems like a reactive force. So free body diagram, C, cut it off from the surrounding, and this is what you get. You got the force acting downward, that is fine. I should not be referring back to the picture. As I said, once you cut it off from the surrounding, you do not look at the picture again. You just put all the forces on it. So this is the force acting downward. These are the two cable forces, so I know the direction of the cable because cable cannot be pushed, it's only in pull. And then I have to put all the information on the free body diagram so that I do not look back to the whole picture. I just look at this and do equation of equilibrium of this one. So if I do equation of equilibrium on it, I will see forces acting in my y-axis. So that would be this, part of this, and part of this. If I look at the forces in the x direction, that would be in this direction, then it will be part of this and part of this. So I would eventually find out the forces acting on this point in y direction and also in x direction. Similarly, if you have to draw the free body diagram of point E, I will draw a circle, cut it off from the surrounding, and then put all my forces on that particle C. And then I have to put all the information. Once I put all the information, I do not look back to the picture. I just concentrate on this picture, free body diagram, and apply equation of equilibrium on it. And then I will find the unknowns if I want to calculate. Similarly, if I had to do the equation of equilibrium of the chord CE, I will just draw chord CE because it's a chord is in pull condition, so I would know the direction of it. Now let me go back and show you a few things. Okay, now look at this. Common sense, okay? I've got this graph, and this is basically what I'm going to cover in the next slide. I've got this graph, and I want to find the forces here. So there are three forces you can clearly see. So I need to know the force here, I need to know the force here, and I need to know the force here. So how many unknowns I've got? Well, I've got all three are unknowns. Not a single force is known. So it is not a good place to start my free body diagram. Let me look at the other point. Let me look at E. At E, I've got three forces. I've got this force acting here, I've got this force acting here, and I've got another force acting downward. So how many unknowns I've got here? Well, I've got two unknowns. That's this one and this one. But I've got one known here because that's given here. So sum of all the forces so I've got two unknowns as A. So no, I won't write A. I will write 1 and 2. 1 and 2 forces are unknown. The third force, 3, is given. So if I do sum of all the forces along x-axis, I will have a component here and a component here because of this one. And if I do sum of all the forces along y-axis, I would have a component here, and this already given. So in simple word, this is what we will cover in the coming slide. So what I mean to say that when you start the analysis, starting analysis from this point is useless because there is unknown and we don't know. The equation of equilibrium will not give us any answer. If we do equation of equilibrium at this point, again, all are unknowns, not a good place to start the analysis. This is a good place to start the analysis because I've got known. Having one known, I will find the force acting on this cable. This cable is the same force acting here. So for when I do the analysis of C, I already have one known. And that's how basically we'll progress. So in the coming slide, I will show you basically it's a tactic. Whenever you start the analysis, you start from the point where you've got maximum known.